and welcome to this episode of the Humans of Horses podcast. My name is Elle, and I am the human of three wonderful horses, Fion, Zirconia, and Morgan. Before I jump into this episode, I would like to just give a little apology for the delay between this episode and my first episode with Poppy. I did a thing in January where I decided to launch two big projects, my Substack and this podcast, knowing full well that 2025 was going to be a really busy year. But I just went ahead with it anyway. One of the books I've read that I really love is called Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, and she kind of talks about when an idea comes to you to just go with it and act on it now rather than let it pass and losing that opportunity. So I sort of live my life in that way, which is why I went ahead and launched these anyway, regardless of how busy I was going to get. But Fion, Zirconia, and Morgan, as of last Saturday, so the 5th of April, successfully arrived in the UK from the Netherlands. It was something that was a lot of concern for me. It was a big thing, and it did take up a lot of my capacity alongside some other things that I had going on with work and various other things. So moving country is a big thing, and it does take up quite a lot of your energy. And then, of course, moving three live animals that are rather large into that equation, and it's quite a big task. So I just was focused on that, and I am now finding the capacity to do some podcasting again. And I will be recording an episode just with me talking about the experience of moving them, and how we went about preparing for it, and just the sort of journey with that, because it's quite interesting. So that's for another episode. But in the meantime, it gives me great pleasure to introduce you all to Lilian, who is the podcast guest on this episode. And Lilian is a 30-year-old living in the Netherlands. She has two lovely horses, Kæti and Fyrsta. Hopefully I've said that correctly. Icelandic names are quite difficult to pronounce. And when you read them, you sort of think, okay. But hopefully Fyrsta is correct. Lilian works as an equestrian coach and instructor. She teaches in a way where the owner has a lot of control and autonomy over how something is done with them and the horse. She believes that the owner of a horse knows their horse better than any instructor ever could. And by asking a lot of questions, she lets the owner of the horse find their own answers instead of always seeking the instructor's guidance in providing them. Lilian aspires to teach through learning to observe the horse, trying things out, accepting and making errors, and then trying again, in the hope that each student finds their own path forward with their horse. Lilian and I have quite an in-depth conversation about her first horse, Jafni, whose title is dedicated to this episode. And it is a bit emotional, but one thing that stands out for me and why I'm really glad to share this story after having known about it for a few years when I met Lilian back in 2020, I believe, is that the goodness of the human being and of the human community is still very much there and strong. And in a world where things feel like, especially at the moment, very big things are happening and it can feel a little bit scary, we should hold the hope that it will be okay and that we have the power of togetherness and leading through compassion and empathy in making those human-to-human connections and showing up for another human when life throws you a curveball. So without further ado, let the episode begin.
Hello, Lilian, and welcome to the Cognitive Equestrian podcast. How are you today?
Hi, thanks so much for having me. I'm very excited.
Yeah, me too, because I last saw you in 2020 before I owned horses.
Quite a while ago, yeah.
So should we talk a little bit about that and how we met?
Sure.
So at the time you were, I was taking care of Fion in Kansas, and you had recently acquired your horse Kæti. So do you want to talk about the clinic and what you experienced at the clinic and how it sort of changed things for you guys?
Yeah, sure. I actually it was a clinic given by Steinar, focused on intrinsic, and I'm not sure if your audience is.
You can introduce it
if they know intrinsic, but it's all about intrinsic motivation of the horse, and they use a lot of tools and stuff to get the playful side of your horse back.
Yeah,
in a way, and make them, show off and be proud of themselves and think like that. And I just acquired my my horse Kæti, and I already knew intrinsic because I already played around a bit with it with my last horse, who we talk about later as well. But yes, when was it? With what month?
It was September 2020.
September. All right. Yeah. In June, I bought her.
Yeah.
So I really had it just for a few months back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was very excited. With a whole new discovery with a new horse and stuff. And the intrinsic clinic was amazing, meeting like-minded people and meeting Steinar and him giving all of us tips and tricks in what we were doing with our horses. It was just one big playroom, it felt like, actually.
Yeah, it was very relaxed. I mean, it was cold,
it was very relaxed. Oh, so cold. Yeah. It was like 3 days, I think.
Yeah.
I was there for 2 days. One day I was only there to watch the other people, and one day I was there with my horse.
Yeah.
So it was an amazing clinic. I really hope he'll come back to the Netherlands again.
Yeah, it would be
because
cool.
I really want to do that.
Yeah.
I really want to go there again.
And it's nice because I feel like since the clinic, like, more and more people have discovered what intrinsic is, because I think
Definitely
back then it was really in its infancy in terms of people just being aware it existed.
Yeah.
And then since then I feel like it's just the last few years it's just grown
so
and like suddenly lots of people are doing it, which is awesome.
Definitely. Yeah.
So should we wind back the clock and talk about well, first of all, how did your first horse come into your life? What was the story behind that?
My first horse, whose name was Jafni. Actually, it was Fyrsta Jafni, but it was a little long, so it was not really easy to call out. So it was just Jafni. I met him through who's now a friend of mine, but I need to wind back. I was studying, and I moved to the place where I live now. And while I was studying, I had some horses that I took care of for someone. And I moved, so I was missing the horses. I really needed horses in my life again. I didn't own a horse back then. I never owned a horse. So I was just looking to lease or just take care of horses, have the horses in my life, because I can't live without them.
Relatable.
Yeah. So a friend of mine said, "Yeah, I know someone from a stable where I know people, and she's looking for someone." So that's how I met her, and she had a few horses, and she was giving therapy to kids with horses. And she was just looking for someone who could ride one of her horses, so could have some off time as well. Not only working with them, but also just
therapy.
Yeah, not only the therapy, but also doing fun stuff and go to the forest with them and things like that. So that's how I met her. And she was looking for another horse for use of the therapy, and that's when she bought Jafni. He was coming along with a little Shetland pony, Timo. They came with the two of them, and actually I was already in love as soon as I saw him.
Yeah.
He was just such a stunning horse, beautiful long mane, and he was an Icelandic horse. Yeah, he was just so special and very, very introverted, and well, later on we'll found out that he was actually definitely not the right horse to be used as a therapy horse, because all the stress that the kids brought to the stable, he just couldn't let go of.
So he sort of amplified it rather than, how do you say? See, now I struggle with English. Amplify it rather than de-escalate it.
Yeah, well, not even. Yeah, he amplified it within himself. He just couldn't let go of it, and it got stuck in him. And we mostly noticed as well outside of the therapy, because he didn't want to go on rides anymore. He didn't want. It just became very within himself. He closed himself off from the kids, and he did most of the horses that were used for the therapy just offered himself up, like, "Hey, I'm here. Please be with me." And he was like, "No, I don't."
I wonder what it is. Looking back, do you think, because as you got to know him, do you think there was something about him specifically that meant he didn't suit therapy, like maybe something in his past, or is it just how he was?
I don't know. I think it was partly because who he was.
Yeah.
Because his last owner, I don't know much about them. I know they rode treeless and bitless, and did most of like trail rides and stuff with him. And don't know much more about it.
I think it's hard when you don't know. Like, I have that a bit as well. I'm like,
yeah,
I know most of Zirconia's life. I know most of Morgan's life because, I know all of Morgan's life. But Fionn, I'm like, before his previous owner, we don't really know the full picture. And
no.
I think some of the things that surface with him, I'm like, this comes from back then and not having a secure and stable environment. And like, I had the feeling recently where I was like, I think he grew up on his own and has a deep-rooted insecurity to do with that because he didn't have a stable herd or friends, I think. This is just a feeling. Like, I've absolutely no idea, of course. But yeah, it's interesting how when you listen and you start to see these things come up with them, and then you're like, okay, what can I do to help? Which probably leads you on to intrinsic.
Yeah, it definitely did. Because he was all in himself, and he stopped wanting to go, and well, his owner she's very enthusiastic, because he's very how do you say that, like, we're coming and we're going and let's do this, and very excited energy. And the more energy she gave to him, the more he shut down.
It's really interesting. Yeah. But quite powerful that you both recognized he was saying no.
Yeah, we both did. And then she asked me, so could you work with him and try to find a way with him? And because I was mostly focusing on another horse of hers, she asked me specifically, please, can you take a look at him and work with him and see if you can bond and see if he will get him to feel better. So that's what we did, and I have been doing things like intrinsic and lunching, groundwork, and all that stuff for like more than half a year, I think, before I started riding again. I just decided I'm not going to do that right now. It's not what he needs at the moment. So we took it all the way back, just building up relationship.
Relationship before horsemanship.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
What is it? So how did you find intrinsic, and what is it that made you think, this might work for him?
I found intrinsic by a friend of mine who was doing it as well. I know her from some summer camps we volunteer both at, and I know she's very much into the intrinsic mindset and stuff, and she also gives lessons with intrinsic and things like that. So I saw her posting about it, and I was like, whoa. That looks amazing. That looks interesting. Let's learn about it. So then I started following more social media accounts of people doing things with intrinsic and stuff.
Yeah.
Learning more about it.
Yeah. So you talked about how it took about half a year to then get riding again. How different was it then when you started riding after the 6 months of sort of, I guess, building the relationship and reprogramming him?
I think it was completely different because I had no expectations anymore.
Yeah, that's amazing.
you go from his previous owner did trail rides, so we are going on a trail ride, and I was like, we're just gonna go and we'll see where we'll land. So it was completely different situation than where we were half a year ago.
Yeah, no, was really cool because when it's something it's one of the reasons that I was sold Fionn was because his old owner, and she'll come on the podcast at some point, I really hope. She said yes, so we just need to plan it. But,
awesome.
She said I was not able to put my own goals and my own expectations to one side, but she said you were able to give him that, and that's also why.
Oh, that's so sweet.
He needed you. Because he needs that from someone. He needs someone to just go, you're okay just being you, just as you are, and it doesn't matter if we do anything.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So I think when you give the horse that voice, you create a completely different way of being around them.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
So do you want to now carry on from there and, address a slightly difficult topic?
Yeah, of course, no problem. From there on, we first went upwards because we went riding again, and we had a stable close to the beach, and it was
amazing.
It was like 10 minutes ride, and we were on the beach.
For the listeners, because you're in the North Holland.
Yes.
For people, if anyone international is listening, so a lot of people call the Netherlands Holland, but it is not Holland. It is the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And we both live in an area of the Netherlands which is called North Holland, and it has a lot of sandy beaches and dunes, and it's just really great for riding, basically. So if you're ever in the area, feel free to check it out.
Yes, I love the beach. I really do. And it was amazing that we had a stable so close to it.
Yeah.
But because of my relationship with him, and we were going so well together. The owner said, "Well, I know I'm paying for him right now, but I can't use him for the therapy, and I don't have a click with him. So how are we going to solve this? Because I can't keep paying for him, and well, in a business kind of way, it's not profitable for me." Which makes totally sense, of course. So she asked me if I would want to pay for his stable costs. She said to me, "Well, whenever you have the money, you can buy him from me."
That's amazing.
Just whenever.
Yeah.
So that's when I started keeping all the money I had, raising more and more of it, just so I could buy him. And it took, I think, almost half a year.
Yeah.
It wasn't too expensive because we made a friend deal.
Can relate to that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll pay for Fionn in monthly installments.
Yeah.
Until I can cover the costs.
Yeah.
So,
but at the time, I finally could buy him, so I was very excited. But unfortunately, at the same moment, she needed to move stables with the horses she had, and she went to a stable where there wasn't enough space for Jafni as well. So I needed to move as well to another stable, which was okay. I just looked around and I found a place that felt right.
Yeah.
So that was,
and I guess it was a transition in both his and your relationship to then be owning him, so to speak, owning in vertical commas.
yeah,
So kind of maybe that's nice to then start somewhere new as well.
as well, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like a new start for the both of us as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was awesome, and I was feeling up on a high, and yeah, that turned around very quickly. Because in a few months, I think I bought him in January 2020, and in February we moved to the new stables, and in May I lost him already.
Yeah.
And I might be getting emotional in a bit.
I probably will too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the situation was just unbelievable. Actually, I still can't believe what happened back then. We were just going really well. I was building up the relationship on our new place because lots changed, of course. So we were building it up together on the new place, and it was a usual day, and I would go to work in the morning. So my alarm clock went off, and I had not anymore, but I had my my phone on silent during the night. So I wasn't aware that one of my stablemates had called like a bazillion times that night. So as soon as I saw that, I knew something was wrong, because otherwise she wouldn't have called me.
No, exactly. Yeah.
So I called her back, and she told me what happened. She told me that 3 of the horses from our herd, which was a group of back then 10 horses, I think, went off the field they were in, and the day before I was the one who closed everything, so I know everything was locked. I know everything was closed. The 3 horses that went out were horses. They were very low in the herd, so they're not very dominant in the herd at all. But they went out, or as I think to believe, they were let out, and they went away from the field. And it's a very closed-up area, but somehow they went all the way back from the rest of the herd, and they went to a road where we'd never come. Also, if we're going out on trail rides, we never go that way. But they ended up on that road in the middle of the night, and Jafni was hit. He was hit by a car going 80 kilometers an hour.
Which is probably well above the speed limit.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. Okay.
It wasn't. No,
Yeah.
It's an 80 kilometers per hour road, and the person driving the car did not expect a horse on the road in the middle of the night. No.
Maybe a deer, but not a horse.
No, yeah. Also not a deer, because it's not even there's no trees around it. It's just plain fields, and a few houses. But and yeah, he got hit, and it was over. Yeah. And there was one house close by, and the people in there woke up, of course. One of those people is our vet, and she knew that was my horse, and she knew that the other horses as well. So she knew who to call. So she didn't have my number at that moment, but she did have the number of the person who deals everything with our farmer and with the field owner. So they called her, and it's just insane how it went. And as soon as I heard that, I went there. My wife went along. I jumped in her car, and she drove.
It's really great that
I was not driving.
It's great she was able to drive you. Yeah. Because I was going to say, like, I can't imagine just driving in that moment. So
No.
yeah.
No. And he brought me there, and he was already laying on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just unbelievable. He wasn't very wounded or anything, which was a relief, because I wouldn't have wanted him to see like that, him like that. But yeah, it was very tough. Yeah.
Because it's so sudden as well, and especially when everything has been going really well, and then just
we
probably
were living
felt
on the
like
high.
someone just pulled a carpet right under your feet.
Yes,
and then, bam,
exactly.
That's it.
Exactly like that. All of a sudden it was over, and I just didn't know what to do with myself anymore.
Yeah. Because as you say, like, well, as most horse owners will know, horses are your everything. Like that, we sort of see those memes online where it's like, oh yeah, I have a hobby, and it's like horses are not a hobby; they're a lifestyle.
It's not a hobby; it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle,
it
exactly.
Is. Yeah.
So then it just be taken away like that, and yeah. Well, thank you for sharing. I think you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was just absurd how it went. And we still don't know exactly what happened.
No.
In that time. Of course, police has been there as well, and as well, we don't have cameras over there. It's a very closed off area. There's no houses nearby.
No. Yeah.
So yeah. We will never know exactly what happened. I only know that I closed off the day earlier, and that everything was closed off.
Yeah.
And that there are horses who wouldn't go away from the herd by themselves. There were fields of grass between where the field is and where the road is. So there was many places where they could have just stayed and ate a lot of grass. It was May, so there was a lot of grass.
A lot of yummy grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the other horses slipped on the road, and he was very stiff and things like that, but not too bad, not hurt too bad. And the other one also had some stiffness and such, but Jafni was the only one who actually got hit by the car.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It just, as I said, it's just unbelievable how it happened.
Yeah.
I think, sometimes still can't believe it.
No, I hear that. Yeah. I think when you lose an animal as well, it's like, I don't know, because I have a couple of friends, because I'm in your 20s, I'm now in my late 20s, but you sort of go through friends losing their childhood animals, for example, and some of them would be like, yeah, but it was just a stupid cat. I'm like, it's not just a stupid cat.
No,
like, you grew up with this cat. Like,
that's such a big part of your life as well.
And it's totally okay to feel whatever you need to feel. Like, I remember my childhood Shetland pony, who I didn't really see him like for the last 10 years or so, but he passed away about 2 years ago now. Colic, unfortunately, because he was 30, and it was like, I sort of grew up with him and had him from when I was 5, and like, horses just seem timeless in a way, because you don't necessarily see them. I mean, they do age a bit, like you see, like he had grey hair, and he didn't look as good as he once did, but he still had so much energy and rigor about him. And then that sort of time, you think, oh, he's just always there.
Yeah.
And then he's passed away, and it's just like,
especially because they live so much in the now, and there's no
exactly
next year or something. There's no last year. That's just now.
But that's also the wonder of them as well.
Yes, it is. It definitely
is. That's why I think a lot of us are drawn to them.
Yes,
because they teach us
totally
about
agree.
them now. Yeah. So do you want to? Because I think one of the things that most impacted me when I met you and was sort of told about you by Fion's old owner, actually, was the story that followed.
Yes.
And how Kæti came to be in your life. So do you want to share that with us?
Yes, of
that's
course.
Very heartwarming and uplifting after
this
this
emotional breakdown. There's something good came out of it in a way, which sounds terrible, because it wasn't a good situation, of course. But some people that I knew back then and the stablemates that owned the other horses of the herd, they all came together and they started up a crowdfunding for me, because they were so moved that I finally bought him and how we got together and that I lost him so quickly. That they started up a crowdfunding and they promoted it wildly, and so many people donated. It's just incredible how many people donated,
and also people you don't even know.
No,
that's what's even
most
more.
Most of the people, I have no idea who they are.
It makes my spine tingle because it's just like, because it was at a time when things were very difficult because it was the first lockdown, essentially, and yet this story is like a beacon of the human goodness and the human heart.
It definitely is. Yes, because within 2 weeks they raised almost 8,000 euros.
Yeah,
which is just insane. It's just insane. I still can't believe how they did it. So many people came together. Even some Icelandic web shops started an action in selling like riding pads, and a part of that of the selling of their pads they donated to me. And the horse insurance company decided to donate 1 year of free insurance for my next horse that I could buy with the money, and things like that. Everybody came together. It was. And I still, sometimes when I'm riding her and I'm going on a trail ride, someone can, oh, wait, are you the one that...
Oh, wow.
Yep, that's her. This is my horse. You probably paid for her left ear.
Her left ear.
So, yeah.
Yeah. That, I mean, it's just amazing. But, because how did you actually find Kæti, and how did you know that she was going to be your horse?
Kæti, I actually went looking for a horse quite soon after I lost Jafni. As I said, within 2 weeks we already raised the money.
Yeah.
And it left such a hole in my life. As I said earlier, I can't live without horses. It left such a emptiness, and someone said to me back then, it's like the love you had for him you can't express to some other horse. So there's the love is in you, but it can't go out. You can't give it to another horse at the moment, because there was such a big part of my happiness, my relaxation as well. Just going to the horses after a tough day, to lift your spirits,
definitely
is just lovely. And I lost that part, and the people at my stable were like, oh, you can always come and cuddle our horses as well. And I was there for the next weeks often.
Did that help you, or because I wonder if it would be triggering or if it is healing, or a bit of both, I guess.
A bit of both, yes.
Yeah.
It was hard, because sometimes when I was there, I just expected him to come around the corner and see him walk by. But that didn't happen. So that was sometimes triggering, but also
healing.
I also needed to realize in a way that he was gone, because it happened so abruptly.
Because your brain needs to process they're not there anymore.
Yeah.
Because I had that in COVID. My childhood cat did actually pass away in May 21, but because of the stupid restrictions, I couldn't go back to the UK. Like, I didn't see my parents for 2 years, essentially. And I got back finally like 5 months after she passed away. And I remember I was like just so over the moon to see my mum as my dad picked me up from the train station, drove me home. I was so over the moon when my mum opened the door and to see her again, and I gave her a big hug, and I stepped inside the house, and it was just like grief just hit me like a freight train, and I just collapsed on the floor in absolute tears, because it's like I knew she'd passed away, but I hadn't processed she was gone. So it's so it's hard, but to just be in the space that they were, it's just, it helps you process for sure.
Yeah. They have a place in that place. And when they're not there, especially at a moment when this way how he died, it was so abrupt. So if he would have passed away because he was sick, then it would have led to a process of grieving until he passed away. But now it was so abrupt that I was like, he could just walk around the corner and just be there. But it was also healing to be with the other horses as well, and the other horses were grieving as well. Even though they didn't knew him for a long time, because he was only in their herd for just a few months.
Because I wonder if the other two, they experienced the trauma and the stress of that night and then bring it back into the herd.
Probably.
And maybe the herd members might be able to sense it.
Yeah. Probably. I do think so.
Yeah.
But just because of all the emptiness, I did go look for another horse quite soon after it, because I just needed a horse to love. I needed a horse to love.
To let the love out.
Yes. Yeah. So that's why I went when I went looking for another horse, and I found her on Facebook. They had a special page for Icelandic horses, and that were for sale. And I actually went to other horses the week before that as well, and rode a few of them, but just didn't feel right. No, it just wasn't right.
It's hard to quantify that in words, isn't it? To just be like, because when you're looking at a horse to choose as your own, you're like, how do I explain to other people about whether this is the right horse or not?
It's unexplainable, yes. But in a way, eventually, because a stablemate of mine went with me to all the horses just to be alongside me, and she has more of an opinion on Icelandic horses. I was not too experienced with Icelandic horses back then.
That's quite helpful.
Only the care for Jafni and the horses that his last owner had. Back before that, I didn't know any Icelandic horses, so she came along for that part as well.
What is it that's specific about them? Is there certain things you have to check for? Or
they have of course they have the tilt and the telhang, which I don't know it's pace. The pace. The English word. I was like, what's the English word for it? I think it's pace. So there are extra walks in a way.
Maybe it's gate, the English word.
Yeah.
Gates, that's it.
They have extra gates. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Which are the tilt, and sometimes, not always, the pace. And she knows so much about their about heritage and things like that, and which bloodline from which horse is right, and things like that. I don't know anything about that stuff.
So, that's very helpful, because
very helpful.
With breeds, you have to kind of be careful that there's certain genetic dispositions, and so have someone with that knowledge help you is pretty
cool. Definitely, yeah. So she came along as well, And the second week we went to see Kæti, and one other horse. The other horse was also a really nice horse, actually. Those two were like, okay. I went to the first to the other horse, and I was like, all right, it could be something potentially, and he was very sweet and very gentle, and I definitely felt a click with him. But then I went to Kæti, and she was just in the field, and as soon as I walked up to her, she came to me immediately, and yeah. The owner asked if I wanted to take her out and just give her a brush and things like that. So I did, and we just bonded immediately. It was just felt right. And the same mate said to me later, because I rode her a bit there as well. She said to me, if the owner would call you up tomorrow saying that she would have been sold, how would you feel? And I was like, no. And she said, "Oh, that's the way to tell if it's the right horse or not."
I had the same with Zia, because I went to go visit her with a good friend of mine, because it's always nice to go with a friend for like backup.
Yes,
but I
always
went
better
to
to
visit
go
her,
together.
and I was just like, "This is my horse. I really want this horse." I was like, "She'd better not sell it to anyone else."
Yeah.
And then I was just there for like a whole week, just like, yeah, a few more people are coming to look. I was like, please no, please no, please no. And then she texted me like, yeah, you can have her. I was like,
yeah. The week after that, we went again, because the first time I rode her in a closed-up area, and I wanted to try her in a forest as well. So we went on a trail ride, and she was just lovely. And yeah, she's very sensitive, a bit high in energy sometimes, but completely different than Jafni. Jafni was very introverted, and she was very extroverted.
Would you say that after having lost Jafni, you kind of needed her to sort of bring you through that grief and
yes, in a way,
find joy again? Yeah.
But it feels very terrible to say that, because I don't want to give her the responsibility for that.
No.
But in a way, she did anyway. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Because, yeah. Because it just kind of, I guess it's meant to help you. And yeah, I think sometimes we need, I think if we're going through something emotionally difficult, we sometimes need the extroversion, you know, to be expressive and to do the fun things. And even if you're hurting, like, just doing something fun with someone who's like got that outward energy can just make you feel so much better. So
yes, definitely. But she's not only extroverted in her happiness, but also if she don't agree, so if she doesn't agree with something, she's also very extroverted about it. She's like, no, I don't like it. All right.
Okay.
But as I said earlier, that I felt like the horses are my way of finding relaxation as well. And that also feels conflicted sometimes, because I don't want to give my horse the responsibility for my relaxation. My relaxation should be my part and not their part. It's not their job to make me feel relaxed. In a way that I don't want to give her the responsibility to help with my grief in a way.
It's so interesting, because now I'm like thinking of a tangent. Like, so you don't want to give her the responsibility, but do you find it helpful to then, rather than feel like, oh, I might be putting this responsibility on them, instead to be like, okay, if I'm just coming and being present and, you know, tuning into my intuition and their intuition and following that, you know, the sort of the connection side of things, then the responsibility is that then taken away, would you say? And it's more like,
yeah, that's definitely more the way how I would approach it in those moments. Yeah. I just can't, if I don't feel right when I go to the horses, I won't go do a lot with them.
No,
because
and that's
I
okay.
first need to be in a good mindset to be with them.
Yeah. And
only if they come to me, because if they come to me, they say yes.
Yeah. And I
then
think
it's
that's
all right.
how we can really honor the horse as well.
Yes,
Because
definitely.
we have that responsibility of the daily care. Like, okay, we have to give them their food bucket, we have to give them hay, we have to clean them. For me, those are like the basic things. And then, yeah, if you're not up for doing anything, like that's totally okay. You know, because it's about setting you up for success and building your relationship. And if you come there with like, if you're not emotionally regulated, then you're not helping yourselves.
No.
Yeah.
You're not helping them, you're not helping yourself at the moment.
No.
It's good to be at the stables at that moment, just because only being there already helps feeling more relaxed.
Yeah, exactly.
But I first need to do something else sometimes, so I'll just start filling up water buckets and things like that before I start doing something.
It's funny how like regulating cleaning
yes,
poo
definitely. Definitely.
Like I do some of my biggest like emotional regulation when I'm just scraping up the poo.
Definitely.
Oh.
It's very calming. Yeah. Clearing the field clears the minds. Yeah.
Hay nets I'm not such a fan of, but they can still be good. Like, yeah. I just don't like the dust.
No.
I actually wear a face mask when I'm
sometimes with some hay bales they're so
yeah. So I still have a use for face masks post-pandemic. Top tip.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you want to actually also tell me about your foal?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I bought a foal. Well, it's not a foal anymore. She's almost 2 years now.
Big girl.
Yeah, she's a very big girl already. I bought her already more than a year ago.
It's gone fast.
Yeah, November 2023. November 2023. And she was actually 3 months before that, because I already bought her when she was back at her last owners. But she came to our stables in November when she was half a year old. And I wanted a horse who I knew everything about. So no history, no things to deal with. Not knowing where they're coming, where some how do you say? I'm just blacking out.
I mean, I would say try the Dutch word, but I can't promise I'll know how to translate it.
Just where how they act, where those things come from.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's just they react in a way, and you think, what we said earlier, you don't know where it's come from, because you don't know all of their history.
You can only speculate.
Yeah.
Yes, basically.
It's always been a dream to just raise a horse from zero to wherever we'll end up. And that's where, when she came into my life, it was a dream, and I found her at some people I already knew. They are actually trying to create a new breed.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they're trying to create a bigger, more sturdier, extra gated horse. So they do want to have the tilt like Icelandic horses do, like Rocky Mountain horses do, like Pasofino horses do. They all have the fourth gate, and they do want that, but they do want a bigger, more broad horse for it. So they try to combine it with Frisian horses and more more other types of breeds to create them together. And yeah, cop Irish cop horses, and that's how they. So her mother is actually Icelandic, part Frisian horse, and her father is part Rocky Mountain, part Pasofino. There's even some Arabian in there. But her father has a beautiful champagne color, which he always passes on to his foals.
That's really amazing.
Yes, yes.
That quite specifically, it's that coloring.
Yes, so she also is that beautiful champagne color that
Nice.
that her father has. And there was like 75% that she would have the extra gait, so the tilt, and 25% that she wouldn't have it. And she ended up to be in the 25% that she didn't have the extra gait, so she just has the normal walk, trot, canter, and that's it. But that was the whole reason why they didn't want to breed again with her, because
they knew she didn't have it.
They knew she didn't have it. They did some DNA testing. That's how they can test if she has it or if it hasn't, or if she hadn't just showed it yet. If you just see her walking around the field, sometimes in a later on you'll see more of the tilts. But they definitely actually tested it. They took blood, and then that's how she blood or hair, one of the two. That's how they tested her DNA, and how they found out that she actually didn't have it, and that's the whole reason why they sold her. And that's the whole reason I could buy her. Yeah,
which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how's it going for you guys now? Like a year and a bit later down the line.
She's a handful. She's very young, and she's definitely trying out boundaries.
Yes, I was gonna say, because I got Morgan when she was 2 years and 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the teenage phase starts to kick in, and then you're just like, okay, just try to be patient.
She's definitely looking up boundaries, seeing how far she can go. She definitely needs sometimes to hear, no, you can't walk through me. I'm standing here.
How is Kæti with helping you set boundaries?
Kæti is very clear in her own boundaries. As I said, she's very extroverted. So as soon as I too much, she's very clear. As soon as my aids are too big, she's very clear. She's like, nope, I'm not doing that. If you're acting like this, she's very almost a bit very giving human traits to a horse now, but a bit sassy. She's like, no.
She knows what she wants, and
she definitely knows what she wants, and
bringing that to her.
That really shows her strength.
Yeah,
because she just knows who she is and how she wants to be treated, and I think that's just fair.
And that's probably a good role model for she's filly now. For your filly to have around as well.
Yes, definitely. Kæti also has a very big own personal space, not only to humans but also to other horses. There are only a few horses in the herd who can come close to her, and others just need to F off. They just
it's like, you're not welcome.
No, you can be dead, just not here. It's very okay if you're over there. Just don't come near me. What are you thinking?
But I think it's so good for young horses to have like a positive female role model around who can like teach them the language of the horse, basically.
Yes.
Because
she's in a very stable herd. So that definitely helps. Recently, it's already 4 months ago, I think now. There's another young horse that came in, not as young as she is, but she's 4, I think now. And they really bonded up. They're running through the fields
like,
with
you get me.
Yes.
You get me.
Yes, they're just
These
running
other horses,
around.
they don't get me.
Yeah, it's amazing to see them together. It's just a joy.
I really love seeing how relationships with horses change over time, because like when I brought Morgan into the herd, Fionn was just like, get away. Like, you are not allowed near anybody. Like, he would just chase after her and be like, eh. Because I was trying to keep her in a little closed off area, but she got out, so I gave up. It's just like, okay, well, we'll just let you figure this out on your own. And then like 2 days later, they were like inseparable.
Oh, really?
So I was just like, okay, that was a change of tone. And I feel like he was suddenly like, oh my gosh, this horse gets me. Like, she looks like me. I'm not the only white horse anymore. But with the three of them now, like her and Seer are like really close. And Fionn's now kind of like a bit of the weird guy again.
Aww.
So I'm just like, it's okay, buddy. Like, I get you.
Yeah, Kæti definitely also was very sweet to Fyrsta. Fyrsta is the name of the
Fyrsta,
of the filly. She was very sweet to her when she was tiny and small and acting like a fool.
Yeah.
But now that she becomes more of her own horse person and being like more testing out where the boundaries are of the other horses as well, she's like, no, you also need to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted you to say her name because...
Oh, yeah, of course.
I was like, I know her name, but I'm going to get it wrong if I try and say it before you do.
Her name is Fyrsta.
Fyrsta, yeah.
Yes, her name is Fyrsta with Fyrst, with F, Y, no, not Y, Y, with...
Yeah, Y in English.
RST, A.
Fyrsta, yeah.
Fyrsta, and Fyrst is the first part. Fyrst is first in Icelandic. They added the A to make it sound more female, but she's the first foal of the stallion.
Ah,
so that's why her name is Fyrsta.
I love the naming of Icelandic horses because it's like so almost precise, isn't it? And
yes, Kæti means happiness.
Happiness.
Yeah.
Well, very fitting, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And Jafni means...
Yeah, I've looked it up before, but it didn't really have a clear meaning. Yeah. I never really found out why they called him that. I
Jafni.
Still want to know, but...
Interesting.
Yeah.
So there's 2 questions I ask guests at the moment. Maybe that will change over time. So the first one is, so what gifts have you received from your horses that keep showing up for you or is showing up for you right now?
Sorry, one more time. I was distracted. I have looked it up because Jafni's name. I was still thinking about it.
Google.
So I had a quick Google exactly, and it's actually a type of how do you call it? Moss. I think it's moss.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. So it's a plant, apparently. Can I translate it to? It's a ground pine.
Ground pine.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Stag's horn club moss. I have no idea why you would call a horse that, but that's where the name is coming from, apparently.
I mean, yeah. Zeer is called Zirconia Boshover, which I think Boshover is the breeder, and Zirconia is like a human-made cubic diamond thing. I just go for Zeer because, like I think Jafni, if you're saying like Zirconia, it doesn't really create a response. Like she's like,
what? Yeah.
So Zeer, or Vrouwie is what we call her now, but she knows Vrouwie. I was like, oh, that's your name. Okay, fine. You're going to respond to that. Fine. That's not your name, but okay. Just roll with it.
I call Fyrsta Guppy.
Guppy, there you go.
Guppy,
yeah. So, whatever works.
There's so many names I call the horses that are not their actual name, but well.
I like the what is it, like the posts that come up sometimes in the stories where it's like all of your the names you call your animal.
Yes,
and like, yes, there's about 20.
exactly, yeah.
But yeah, so I like to ask guests 2 questions. So the first one is, what gifts have you received from your horses that keep showing up for you, or is showing up for you right now, perhaps?
From Jafni specifically, it's just to see how a horse is, and to be always alert, or how they are acting at them in the moment, and just adapt to what they need. I think that's what I mean mostly.
Yeah. So putting their needs above what you want to do.
And basically your own goals as well.
Yeah. That's really beautiful.
Keep looking at what they need. Yeah.
Yeah. And then for Kæti?
Oh, for Kæti, it's definitely respecting her boundaries as well, because she's very clear in her boundaries. And also very much letting go, because she is a very strong-minded horse, and sometimes when we will go on trail rides, she would be a little bit too enthusiastic. First, I always try to contain it. That's not helping her. Containing the energy is not helping her. She just needs the trust and to. I actually have a very beautiful story about it. I don't know if you have time for it.
You can go ahead.
Yeah. Because we went on a trail ride with 2 other horses, Kæti, me, and Kæti and me, and 2 other horses as well. And one of the horses got scared of something. I have no idea what it was, but because of that, the other horse, the 3rd horse, started running, because she saw the other horse being scared, and she like, I need to run. And Kæti went along, and I already felt like, you're not scared. Why are you running along? What's happening? And she just kept running along with the other horse, and I couldn't keep her. I already knew that I shouldn't keep her, so I just let her go. And as soon as the path that we were riding on broadened, she slipped past the other horse, went in front of him, and blocked him.
Wow.
And stopped the other horse. And because I knew I just needed to trust her. I felt, you're not scared, so go ahead. Do whatever you need to do. There's something you need to do at this moment. And she blocked the other horse and stopped it.
That's really impressive.
Such a special moment.
I think that's a really beautiful way to capture the power of autonomy and letting them do whatever it is they need to do.
Yeah.
Because they'll know why, even if we can't see it.
Yeah. She was running full speed, but it's just I just knew it felt different than when she was running full speed, because she was scared of something. It just didn't feel the same. So I was like, all right, then go ahead, do what you need. Because
that's amazing.
I knew it was safe. We were in a forest, so it was such a great moment, actually.
Yeah. That's really, really impressive as well from you, that you just could put the trust in her in that moment and just be like, okay, do what you need to do. Yeah. Here you go. Not be like, oh, you're misbehaving and da da da.
No. I knew there was something going on. So
yeah, that's cool.
And how do you know? I have no idea. It's just a feeling, I guess.
Yeah, I think intuition, isn't it?
Yeah,
when we're letting intuition guide ourselves and how we are with the horses, then we just know, and there's no way of explaining it more than that, I think. And for Fyrsta.
Yeah. It's for now. It's just letting her be who she is, and letting her grow up in this new place and everything. I unfortunately have to get her through things that I wouldn't have wanted for her, because she has some yeast infection in her feet, which made us need to go to a vet clinic and things like that at her age.
It's intense.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was very intense for her. Way too stressful. Because I haven't been training her to go into a trailer or something. She has been in the trailer a few times with her previous owner, so she could go easily with me to the stables that she in now. She only rode in a trailer once when she went away from her mother. And after that, we did practice going into the trailer, but we didn't ride with it. So this was the second time for her going into a trailer, riding with it, and she was angry. She was furious, stomping, and I totally get it. Of course she would be angry.
Yeah. She's like, why am I here?
What the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
And it just felt terrible to put her through that. But I let her just be her right now, and she loves to be around people. She loves to play and things, and she's such a smart horse. She is definitely an observer, because whatever I do with Kæti, she is doing as well.
That's very cool.
Which is amazing, because doing things from intrinsic, like playing with a pool noodle or playing with chase the bag, with this long lunge whip with a bag on the end that they chase after. She already knew, only by watching the other horses do that. I just last week I tried the chase the bag. I just placed the bag in front of her, and immediately she with the feet on the bag. So like, I know how to do this. I know this, but I haven't done it with her. So I'm like, what are you doing? How do you know?
I think there's a book I've read. It's one of I read quite a lot of books, but is one that impacted me the most with my awareness around horses, and it's called Equestrian, and it talks about and it's something I'm trying to go through at the moment, which is transcending the operant conditioning quadrants, and they talk about shared learning, and I think that's what it is. It's like, if we give the horse an opportunity to observe you working with another horse, they pick it up.
Last week I was cleaning. I ride Kæti with bit and without bit, both ways.
Yeah.
She has learned to ride with bit for 12 years, and sometimes she's still a bit insecure if I ride her without.
Yeah.
So I just
makes sense. Yeah.
Do it both. But I was cleaning the bit, and first I was coming along, and she bit into the bit, and I was like, what are you doing? She already seen another horse do it.
Yeah.
She's so smart like that.
Yeah. And I think that again is a reflection of her stable upbringing.
Yeah.
It's so powerful, because I see it with Morgan as well, and I feel like that's how the horses are connected to the sort of ancestral horse, and like the inherent knowledge that they have, and like just being grounded and having that trust in humans, because it's so different to a horse that gets like taken away from its mum before it's like weaned or whatever, and then like put with a load of other foals and not given the chance to learn social behavior.
Yeah.
And it's just totally different when you then have a horse that just has that stable life.
Yeah, which is also why I wanted to be in a mixed herd, mixed herd with different ages. I mean, the oldest horse is 36.
Oh, wow.
And she's the youngest, and right now the other one, I would have wanted another younger horse with her as well earlier, but unfortunately we didn't have another horse that young. But now she does have some other horse that she plays along with very often, so.
Which is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another question to sort of sum up this question is, what is it from Jafni that shows up for you in your life outside of horses?
Well, definitely what happened after it. Bit of trust in humanity as well. How people can come together in times of needs, and even people you don't know can support you in a way that is very unexpected.
Yeah.
Just because they are moved by your story.
Yeah. That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
I like that. And to end this conversation, what message do you want to send to the horse world about horses?
Oof, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of the same as I said earlier. Just keep looking at the horse, and what we said, putting relationship before horsemanship, because when you have the relationship right, the horsemanship will follow.
And I think it comes quite easily, right?
Yes, yes.
Much more easily than the other way around.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you very much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Likewise.
Up and down. I mean, we've smiled a lot.
Likewise,
but,
yes.
Yeah. And also thank you for being vulnerable and sharing your story, because I think there'll be people out there who can connect to it, and it might help them by hearing your experience with Jafni. So
thank you for having me.
Okay. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
I can't remember a time before you walked into my life. You took the broken parts of me and made it all alright. There's an easiness to your grace that I will never know, and every day this feeling only grows, and every moment with you just bleeds into one. Your easy smile greets my eyes just like the morning sun, a reflection of my soul, one heart that beats for two. Just know, my love, that I will carry you.